Hi YouTube, it's your girl Stacy and I'm back again with another video. If you're new to my channel, welcome to Cooking with Stacy. Good to have you here with me. Today I am making saltfish fritters and I went and bought me some deboned saltfish from the Metro grocery store, which you can get. I got this for $8. So this is a quick appetizer, aka snack. Most Caribbean households know about these. There's different names for it. I know them as saltfish fritters, or you can, I don't want to say fish cakes because it's not the same, because it's not the same thickness. I could be wrong, I'll look into it. But in the meantime, I'm going to make these saltfish fritters for y'all to learn how to make. It is so quick, so easy, so flavorful, and I hope that you get the chance to try it. Thank you again for watching. Welcome to my new subscribers and viewers. I really appreciate the support. I appreciate the love. I can feel it. Anyhow, thanks again, and let's get into this video. Y'all ready? Let's go. So this is my setup. As you know, I like to have everything organized and prepared before starting. This is all of the ingredients that I use to make these delicious and wonderful fritters. Lord, when I tell you I love my fritters, what a great snack, something to munch on if you're not looking for anything heavy to eat. These are so great to have and to just snack on. Like I said, you know, it's just real good. So we're going to start by cleaning off our saltfish. I'm using 2 packages because I am making a big set so that I can freeze some and keep for later. Here's what it looks like before removing the salt off of them. And I'm going to rinse with some cool water, ensuring to get all of the salt removed. I don't want any of the salt in the water. So what I'm going to do is to ensure to rinse this until the water becomes clear enough for you to see the saltfish in the pan, just like that. Once it's clear enough in my eyes view in the pot, I'm going to go ahead and give it its first boil. So you know I do boil it twice, and it's just a thing. I'll strain it and I'll go back in and fill the pot with water, as you'll see here. Pretty simple and quick. And you'll just proceed with repeating the first step, which is adding water and putting it back to boil again. The fish will have a less saltier taste when you do boil it twice. So now we're gonna go in with our veggies and chopping it up. And I use 1 large onion and I just diced it up. That little bowl there of peppers, where you see those peppers, we are not using all of those peppers, so don't worry yourself. We're only using 2, and I went with 1 red and 1 green. So I just had to, you know, mention that little disclaimer, so in case people were wondering, Lord, you go put all them peppers in that. I want you to enjoy this. So please know all those peppers aren't going in. So we're going to go ahead with our garlic, and I'm cutting up quite a bit of cloves there, and I'm making sure to mince them up as best as I can. And those will be one of the key ingredients that make this dish pop, because garlic just adds this extra kick to it. I've done it without the garlic and instantly regretted it. So I'm mentioning that because I don't want for anyone to say, well, I'm not going to use that much garlic. I mean, use at your discretion, but you have to understand that this dish is also going to be have some water added to it, and it's going to be like a pancake mix. And voila! Here are all of the chopped up ingredients, as well as the other ingredients that I will be using when we're combining everything together. And here's our saltfish that has been cooled down and ready for us to flake up in the bowl. I'm really excited for you guys to see how this comes together. And this is everything that we're going to be using, minus that avocado, to which I will be eating on the side with this, along with my mango chutney. I just kept it there because, you know, it looked nice. So I'm going to go ahead now and start flaking up the cooled down saltfish. You do not want to do this hot. I mean, if you do, use a fork, but I like to be hands-on and put my hands in there and make sure that it's flaky enough. I'm going to go ahead and add the juice of half of a lime just to bring out the freshness of the fish. I'm going to go ahead and add the diced onions, and I'm going to mix that in with my hands. Now, as I'm mixing with my hands, you see that I'm like flaking it and breaking it up as I go. Every time I add something, I'm breaking it up and combining it with the saltfish. This is just something that I do because I want to make sure it's as flaky as possible. You can pre-flake your saltfish and skip this step. So this is just a preference. This is just how I do it. Please don't think that you have to follow exactly what I'm doing. But if you want to, go ahead. I don't mind. I'm flattered by it. And so now you'll see me going back and flaking in some more, adding in the pepper, and I'm going to keep flaking and keep mixing and combining everything together. Now we're going to add our spices. I'm adding some salt. I'm going to add some garlic powder. I'm gonna go ahead and add my Caribbean spice. This is optional. I like it because, I have it and it adds flavor to everything, and you can pick that up at your local Caribbean store. We're gonna go in with some Italian seasoning for some of the aromatics. We're gonna go in with that adobo spice. Let's not forget the black pepper. I love me some black pepper. What I need to do, though, to be honest with y'all, maybe one of y'all might gift me one for my birthday, which is coming up. I want a better salt and pepper dispenser. I probably should go to Winners and see if I can get one, but, I'm using what I got right now. Anyway, I thought I'd throw that in. Senseless plug, senseless birthday plug. And then I added some brown sugar. As you see it, I sprinkled this a little bit on top, and I'm gonna add 3 nice dollops of my green seasoning, because I love it, and it just adds flavor to everything. Put a handful of them frozen green onions that I had cut up, and some of my thyme that I had froze as well. Like I said in one of my earlier videos, I can't remember which one, but I did mention that I love to pre-cut them and keep them in the freezer, just because, it was my pepper sauce video that I had mentioned that, and I was showing y'all why I was cutting up so much. All right, now back to this video. I'm gonna go ahead and mix it now with a spoon, because the spices are in there and the green seasoning is in there, and it's starting to become a little bit wetter. I have a bowl of water, and I also have a big bowl of water and a smaller bowl of water, which I'm going to add 2 of my vegetable bouillon cubes. I'm going to break it down and make sure that I liquefy it before adding it to the saltfish mixture that we have with the vegetables. I'm just going to make sure that I, get it as liquefied as possible before adding to it. I'm going to go in with 3 cups of flour. I'm using all-purpose flour. I'm going to get that good and mixed in with the saltfish and veggies. I'm going to make sure that I get it all nicely mixed up together before adding in the liquefied bouillon cubes, which we just did. And I'm going to gradually add water, because I don't want this to be a loose liquid, like watery. I want it to be, like when you're making pancake mix, right? You want it to have a nice consistency. And I'm making sure to get it all mixed up well. I'm adding a little tip more of water, because it's just not quite there, but adding that little tip does make it right. And of course, even though this is a batter, I'm still going to go ahead and taste this batter and see if it needs anything else, because the flour tends to pull out some of the flavoring, because it's flour. It's going to add that, how can I put it? Let's just say floury taste. And we're trying not to have it too floury tasting. If that makes sense to any of y'all. It made sense to me. So Yeah, again with the tasting, again with the mixing and the adding just a little bit more water to make sure that it's the right consistency. And I'm gonna go ahead and I will add some allspice because I realized that I forgot to put that in the first time. And I'm also going to add a little bit more of the black pepper. Now, what you can do to save this step of what happened to me, what you can do is you can season your flour first rather than adding it to the saltfish and the veggies. You can put all those spices into the flour and then combine the saltfish and the veggies together. That's another way of going about this. This is how the video is being made, so I'm breaking it down how it's being made via this video. I do it either way. Now, once the batter is the right consistency, you go ahead and add this to a hot pan of oil. And as you see, I'm mixing as I'm going. And so to prevent it from separating, I will stir and then I will put a spoonful into that hot oil. Now, I generally cook it, I want to say between 3 to 5 minutes on each side. Honestly, it's just once I know that it's got a nice like golden brown, then I'll flip and then I'll get the other side golden brown and then I'll flip, and then I want a deeper, darker, medium golden brown. So if you want it nice and crispy, you'll let it stay in there for quite a bit of time. The first batch that I did, I was so excited. Here I go again with my impatient self. And I took them out too soon, which was fine. It was cooked. It just didn't have that crunchy exterior that I like. I like it to have that crunch. So you will see after this clip, a clip of the differences in shades of what you can make it at. I like it a darker, deeper, richer golden brown. And I'll keep flipping and I'll keep checking and flipping, and I'm going in with my spatula and a fork. And you just keep doing this process until it's the desired shade that you're looking for, as well as it being cooked through. You don't want it doughy. You don't want it doughy inside. You want to make sure the flour is cooked proper. You want that fish to get nice and fried up in there as well. It's once you're in this process of cooking this, you'll know. And don't be afraid to make a mistake. Like if you take it out too soon, let it cool down, taste it, see where it's at, and then you know for the next round that you go in that you're going to let it sit for a bit longer, which is what I did. And here's what I like it to be. And this is what it looks like when it was a bit undercooked. This is where I like it. This is what it looks like in the end. They're all crispy and crunchy, ready to eat, ready to go. Some are gonna go in my tummy. Some are going in a Ziploc bag in the freezer. You know my greedy self has to dig in and take a piece. Oh God, it tastes nice. I think my granny would approve. And here it is with the mango chutney that I made. There's a recipe for that as well. It is the perfect dipping sauce for this. Either the mango chutney or some tamarind sauce. But either way, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks again for watching. I really appreciate each and every one of y'all. And remember, God is good all the time. And all the time, God is what? Good, y'all.